Hey guys, welcome back to the Time Bomb channel, of course, with myself, the Bombardier. Yep, it's vintage week again today with this really rather very special Omega that has been lent into the channel. So what we're looking at here today then is the Omega Tresor, and this particular watch is reference 2685 and is from 1954. And is sometimes appropriately referred to as the pink gold for clearly very obvious reasons. It's very kindly been lent into the channel, and also then comes with rather special its original box, which is always great to see. It's a little bit delicate, so I'm just going to put that down over here. But amazing to see something that old looking that special. So yeah, our watch for today, I mean, is as true classic. Sorry, get off the reflection. There we go. It's a true classic and a real looker. Let's, as always, kick off with some specs. So what we're looking at then is a 37.5 mils across, including the very fine crown over here. It's 45 mils top to bottom, and a very pleasant 11 mils in depth, although I'm going to have to say that quite a lot of that depth is actually that dome up top there. As you can see from the profile, it really does sit up very proudly. You've got a real bubble on the top there. I really do like sub-seconds on dressier watches. Perhaps that's because of the fact that historically so many watches in the past have featured them, and maybe they've become synonymous and brainwashed me into expecting to see that sub-dial down there at the bottom. But again, really nice. Obviously it's the running seconds, it's a manual winder, and again, unfortunately the mic isn't going to pick this up, but the tick on it is really sweet to listen to. Let's then continue and perhaps address the elephant in the room, as no doubt the eagle-eyed amongst you will be thinking, yeah, that watch looks a little bit clean for a watch from the 50s. And yep, that's right, absolutely 100%. This watch has been given some TLC and a complete refresh. So what I'm going to do then is just pop up some images here to show you what it looked like beforehand, so that you can see. So first up, we've got the dial. So as you can see there, it had this real sort of aged grey hue to it. You can see almost it looks kind of dusty, whereas now, if we just get off the reflection, you can see that we've got it's been fully restored and cleaned up, and you can really see how that honeycomb dial is just simply there, just popping through. It looks absolutely stunning. You can also see outside here in the daylight how the gold and that dial just radiate the light. I mean, it's really beautiful. As it's not mine, I can't really share with you the exact process that the restorers go through, and I wish I could, because I think the result here is superb. That clean repair, refinish is brilliant. The hands themselves have been lovingly restored, and again, you can see from this close-up shot just to see the quality of the work that's gone into it. The signed crown over here is absolutely tiny. It's a 5mm crown. It feels very fine in my fingers, in comparison to the lumps that I have on most of mine. I did mention that this is a winder only. The case, just give a little bit of a polish there to remove my fingerprints, and you can really see how beautiful it just pops in the light there. Again, stunning. You consider the age, so they've done a brilliant job of polishing it up. Additionally, the other thing that I like about this is that all the work has been done by a family business here in the UK, and they specialise that. So father passing this down to sons. I think that really works for me. I'll pop a link down below to them, again, just to mention I've got no connection with them at all. This is just provided here for help. I think they're called Bill and Sons. I'm super impressed with what they've done here. And actually, it kind of got me to thinking quite a lot. So looking at this Omega and thinking about the work that's been done on this watch and how brilliantly they've revived this watch and sort of given it a new lease of life again, kind of got me thinking a little bit more about older watches and patinas. I mean, specifically, there's a real resurgence here in the UK at the moment on the television with antique restoration TV programs that show people, bringing in old beaten up stuff, and then you've got some experts who, repair it and make them usable again. Added to that, I've been looking at old Seiko divers on Fleabay for ages now, but I really can't seem to find anything legit anymore. Everyone is modding them. All the originals are either now polluted with new this and new that. Further to that, there's been a significant rise in the number of bronze watches, which really indicate again that many of us are actively searching for that aging. And then some manufacturers have embraced the new vintage even more than others, and by that I'm referring to examples of newly aged. So this Spinnaker Rec is quite an amusing one, because those dials are actually printed and then there's speckles all over the place. And yes, these watches sell out. Next up, we've got the Phoebus Proteus. It seems a little calmer in that basically it's just the case body that's been aged. And then you've got the salmony yellow on the hands and dials. And then there's the Italian brand Out of Order. And these guys have taken things to another level. All of their watches are flame grilled. And I confess I really do like this yellow and black. But I've never had one on wrist, so I'm still a little undecided about it. And then Omega with their Seamaster here has dollops of faux salmon absolutely everywhere. And then of course Tudor with their Black Bay in bronze, really trying very hard to look old. And then bizarrely Longines even went a step further to add the speckles all over the dial here. I don't know what they were thinking, because I really don't like this at all. I think it just looks plain silly. I do like the aging of watches. I mean, clearly it adds a lot of history and experience to the timepiece. But it strikes me that people are paying quite a lot of money for damaged watches. What do you guys think? Is the aging of the watch and the patina, as it's referred to, the extended DNA of the watch? Is restoring it, killing it, or giving it a new lease of life? Does the question change depending on the style of the watch? So dress watch versus diver. I mean, if I were in a suit, I think wearing a beat-up diver would not really work. But then, like something like this rebuffed dress watch, would look absolutely superb. I also really do like vintage watches, but I'm so cautious about buying, because I don't feel that I don't feel confident that I really know that what I'm buying is what I'm actually paying for. As mentioned before, with those Seiko divers as case in point, people change everything on them. So you truly have to have a very high level of product knowledge to know whether what you're buying is genuine or not. It's a right bloody headache, and that's really stopped me from buying in the past. I think the watch camp is probably going to be pretty divided here, with some saying don't refurbish, others saying do what you want, others saying that it should never be left to age, and others saying that we should keep those old watches looking clean and at their best. But which camp are you guys in? Do you patina or not patina? That is the question. So look forward to your comments down below. Just before I wrap up today, I wanted to give a massive shout out to and massive thanks to the UK, so the channel Time in the UK. I'll pop a link down below, as he has very, very kindly built with his own fair hands this superb watch stand from recycled wood. It looks absolutely brilliant, and it's going to certainly be featuring in many future watch reviews as just like that, by your bedside table or here on a watch review channel. I think it works fantastically. So Paul, huge thanks to you, and as I say, there'll be a link down to your channel below. All right, guys. So there's our restored Omega Beauty. Thanks for watching, as always, and of course, until next time, this is your host, the Bombardier, signing off. Cheers, guys.